Hey guys, it's Rita. Welcome back to my channel. So, as promised, I said that I would do a review on the Fyrinnae Magical Whipped Metallics. I believe what they're called. This past weekend, I did wear all three of them for varying amounts of time. I wore Siren's Call on Saturday, and I wore Dark Angel yesterday. I played around a little bit with application techniques and stuff like that, so I will let you guys know all that information. So just to kind of recap a little bit on these, if you didn't see my first impressions and swatch video, these are brand new lipsticks from Fyrinnae Cosmetics, which is an indie brand. They're run by a couple of guys in, I believe, Washington State. And they've been around quite a while. I've been ordering for them for about 8 or 9 years. I've placed over 30 orders now. I counted on my account on their website, which is crazy. So clearly I'm a big fan. They've always been fantastic, and I've always gotten great service, and the products have been really awesome. So when they put out these lipsticks, I knew I wanted to try them, and I kind of talk about that a little bit in the first impressions video, but I've just been a fan of them for so long, and I really like to try their stuff. So, I had tried their regular liquid lipsticks, and I think they're just called liquid mattes. I don't think they have any fancy names or anything. I'm not a huge fan of those, but I'm going to get into that probably in a later video when I talk about probably Fyrinnae lip products as a whole, because I have one of every different type, basically, at least. But these looked really, really cool and different, and the metallic lip trend is really in right now, so I thought, you know, what a perfect time to try. So, I'm just gonna do swatches again, and I'll tell you how each shade performed. I did try a couple different application techniques, so I think I'll start first with Siren's Call. This one, and I'll insert a picture of me wearing these colors if I have them at the end. I'm actually wearing Broken Wings right now, and I'll get more into how I applied that when I get to that color. But I'll insert pictures at the end of me wearing the other two. So this is Siren's Call in the tube. It's a kind of turquoisey color with a purple shift, a little bit of pink as well. These are kind of a moussey texture, so they're a little bit different than a traditional like liquid to matte. There it is. I hope in the lighting you can kind of see the purplish tone it gets, especially when I tilt it. But it's really, really beautiful. You can see that the first swatch there is definitely transparent. It's not, you know, completely opaque. You're going to see some lips showing through. And on Fyrinnae's website, they note that it's, you know, you're going to have some see-through qualities to a few of these shades. I believe that Broken Wings is one of the other ones that was listed on the website as being more transparent. They just have a transparent base, which means that you're probably going to have 2 layers. So I wore this on Saturday on its own, and it took me 3 layers to really get to the opacity that I like, that I prefer to wear. And so that was a little bit of a downside to me. I don't like having to put too many layers, because I feel like the good thing about these is that they feel comfortable with 1 layer. 2 layers, they're still okay, and then 3 layers for me just felt too powdery. So having to do 3 layers for this color was kind of a bummer. So the next day I came up with a different way to wear these. But overall, I like the color. I think it looks beautiful. It looks really, really cool in, you know, daylight when you're outside in natural light. So it's a unique color, and that's definitely the upside to most of these. Even if the formula is not my favorite, the colors are very unique. So I can see right now, I don't know if you guys can, but the purple is really kind of showing off. I'm going to do 1 more layer now that it's kind of dry. The first layer dries pretty well. The second one is a little bit harder usually. And then the main issue I've had with these is reapplying is tough. Even if they're dry, I find that when I go to put that second layer on, it kind of moves the product that was already down. So you can see that even though I put a second layer, there's still some bald spots there. So I find the best way to reapply them is to kind of bounce the product on like that. And that kind of minimizes those bald spots. So that's just what I noticed the first day that I used them, was that it's kind of finicky when you're going to reapply, and that some of them are more transparent. The applicator is really easy. It's just your typical doe foot, really, really simple, you know, typical applicator. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy. you know, anyone can really use this without a problem. So that was Siren's Call. There's the color. Really beautiful color. Then on Sunday, I wore Dark Angel, which is this purple. This is one that's not listed as being transparent on the website. It's like a plumish color with some blue shimmer to it. It's really beautiful. But after having issues with Siren's Call the first day, I actually ended up wearing this one over a lip liner. And I'll have that picture at the end. I wore it over, I think it was OCC's Black Dahlia. So here's the color on its own. You can kind of see this one's a little thicker, and it doesn't necessarily go on super even or opaque, even though they claim to be opaque. This one takes 2 coats for sure, but I hope you can see in the sunlight how beautiful that blue shimmer is. What I like about Dark Angel is that it's a very typical, dropping it, fall color, but it has a little bit of interest there with the blue shimmer that's different from colors you'd see on the market. So I love this color. I think it's great. It's a little bit different than what we see when we think of vampy lips, but it's definitely not as opaque as the website claims. I really needed that lip liner to help it kind of, be opaque. And even then, it wasn't necessarily super, full pigmentation. Here we are with Broken Wings, which is my favorite color of the 3. Probably because I don't really have a lot of greens. I just normally don't feel comfortable wearing them. So, I mean, on my eyes, yeah. I mean, I love wearing green eyeshadow. I'm wearing it today. I love it. But lips, I feel really, I don't know, I can wear blues and purples, but greens kind of freak me out a little bit. So this one, I wasn't sure how I'd like it. The way I'm wearing it today, and I did not wear it to class, I just kind of put it on a little bit ago, is I applied it over a black liquid lipstick. So I first put down Jeffree Star's Weirdo. I feel like I shouldn't have to do the disclaimer anymore, but I'm not supporting Jeffree Star, but what I have already bought, I'm going to be using. So I put Jeffree Star's Weirdo down first, which is just an ultra pigmented matte black. His formula works really well for me, so I trust that to be long lasting. Then I put this on top, and this is one layer of Broken Wings on top of the black. So you can see that it looks very opaque on top of the black. It went on evenly. I think these really need bases. Is what I'm trying to get at from all this. They look beautiful over other lipsticks, and I think the shifts in color, because these are all like duochrome, really come out over bases. So for instance, I would put this maybe over a blue or a purple, depending on what I want to emphasize that day. This, you can put this with any number of burgundy, deep plum, red, wine, colored lip liners or lipsticks. Or you could play around with this over blue lipsticks. It would be so fun. But they don't, in my opinion, apply very well on their own. If you like that look, if you like kind of a more transparent look, these are perfect. It's just not my personal aesthetic. So I think I'm going to really love wearing these over other lipsticks. I think they're going to be really fun for like something different. I know that they're releasing a couple more colors, and I'm excited to see which ones they are. And now that I know what to expect, I might be more likely to purchase them. Now getting into wear time. When I wore Siren's Call on its own, it did not wear well. I ate, I don't know, maybe 2 hours into it, and I didn't even eat anything really difficult. I think it was ice cream, so like I had a spoon, I was eating very carefully, and I had a smoothie earlier that day. And even on the straw, like little bits were coming off. It wasn't catastrophic, not by any means, but like tiny little flakes were coming off. Again, nothing crazy. They don't flake was the wrong word. They don't necessarily flake off, but it was just little bits. So in terms of wearability, like standing up to food, I would definitely have these on hand for reapplication just in case. It's just a reality with some lipsticks. I know they claimed, I think, to be budge-proof and smudge-proof, and I don't find that to be true necessarily in terms of like eating and drinking, but they're fairly decent. I'm just going to show you guys a kiss test real quick. So I just put this on maybe 30-40 minutes ago. Not bad. you can see just like a little tiny fleck and then like a mouth mark around it. It's not terrible, but it's not bulletproof either. And once that that layer starts to break down, it breaks down exponentially. Now I haven't had this issue wearing it over Jeffree Star lipsticks or any comparable lipstick. I found that they last a lot longer that way, and it could just be because of that base. So that's the way that I prefer to wear them going forward. That's how I will be wearing them, I think, just because I like something a little longer lasting. When I wore it over a lip liner, when I wore Dark Angel over the OCC liner, it lasted a decent amount of time again until I ate. And that's okay because, you know, I think a lot of people expect to have to reapply after eating. It's rare when lipsticks actually like last that long. But yeah, so these are different. They're not exactly your typical, sorry, my hair's really bothering me, like liquid lipsticks. It's going crazy. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm saying a lot too. I'm very tired today. So, bottom line, they're $8. I think they're fun. I think they're something unique to add to your collection. There's a couple other colors. I think there's a very, very red-toned pinky purple, a really gorgeous, I kind of want it, orange with like this green shift. And I think there's one more. Oh, it's deep in blackish green. It looks so pretty. But I feel like this might look like that one by the time I add, you know, Broken Wings to Weirdo. But anyway, so I'm excited to see what other colors they come out with. They're not my favorite lipstick ever, but I think that they're a nice accessory to other lipsticks. And I think for the price, they're fun to have in your collection if you want one or two, you know, out of the box type of colors. Fyrinnae is a fantastic company. I think I will always support them. They've been great. Their turnaround time is pretty fantastic, and even though these have been in and out of stock consistently since they were released, they've been really good about restocking them. So that's always fantastic. They always include a free sample, no matter how small your order. I've ordered one sample size eyeshadow and always gotten another sample, so it's great. I do know they're changing the packaging on these. They're supposed to look like their normal matte liquid lipsticks, and so I think the price will probably go up just a little bit because of size changes. But I think they're still, you know, worth that price if you're looking for something like this. But if you're looking for something that's bulletproof, long-lasting, you know, fantastic, I don't think you're going to find that here. These are more accessories, and that's okay. You know, I don't have a lot of stuff like that in my collection other than these MAC Frost, and I'm kind of slightly trying to transition into cruelty-free, and so I'm trying to find other options. Just real quick, I know this video is getting very long for just talking about 3 lipsticks. I wanted to compare them to 2 Black Moon cosmetic colors that I have. These are both from the Black Metal Trinity collection. The reason I'm going to swatch these is because a friend of mine from Fyrinnae's Facebook group actually asked me if these were comparable to Dark Angel and Siren's Call. So this is Sorrow, and this is a blue from Black Moon. And I'm going to swatch it next to Siren's Call. And they're quite different, but they're also a metallic liquid lipstick. So there it is. It's much darker. There's Siren's Call. There's Sorrow. So they're quite a bit different. And then the next one is a little bit closer. This is Immortal. Still different though, in my opinion, you know. There's Immortal and there's Dark Angel. Dark Angel is more blue based than Immortal. Now, just real quick on these are going to be bulletproof liquid lipsticks. These last me all day through eating, drinking, everything. Usually the only issue I have is right here, but it's very minimal and it's usually only at the end of the day. So these are great. Not the point of the video. However, that's another quick thing about the wear of these is that part wears away almost instantaneously for me unless I'm wearing a base. So I guess all this to say, these are definitely interesting. I think they're a really cool product that Fyrinnae's put out. Kind of long awaited because they have such amazing complex duochrome eyeshadows that it's about time that they come out with some really amazing complex duochrome lipsticks. I think they're really fun. So If you were interested, I'll have a link to Fyrinnae's website down below. I'm not affiliated, I'm just a fan of theirs. So yeah, give me a comment down below if you have any cool ideas on how to use these, or if you have any colors you have your eye on, and I will hopefully talk to you guys soon.